Ebusha ya mabunya na Joma Makwaba edeba my lawyer my counselor Jumede so live on TV XYZ and enwumre kwesi enwumre ya trase ya home na ade chia ye beko adwuma so ebi betu kwan ne ade no Jumede we na esa wo hwe Jumede we my lawyer my counselor Jumede ya sha free sabre kopem se bebo no otwe ewo fidwe mo ha my lawyer my counselor Jumede eya ye fan sema ebeboa wo a wotifie na abie we ni so ede a kire ne ma makomienu bi na ya pa obi a wonim de ewo sansem na ye ka no ho asema na problems na wo ewo fie no na nipa kwa tumi atuyefo ewo ho eti aha no topics no eye ne ehia wo na afi ya pe the right guest na o ma ba betena se aba be ka ho asem me mama kwa basoro koso kra se na nwumre ma join ye na mo hwe dwumadie no midin edi PSA okra your honorable without constituency to me constituents matena se na nwumre die na se amanfo bebre na hia me okroma PSA na no ena abrocha asem na ekọ menim Ghana for am nyina jama obi apeso otu kwan enti ene so yebesa ka kwantu ho asem ba kumienu e de achero because immigration ya de eno ne movie oman no ana se ewiase nyina ebi tukwan akoto ne ma beton no na ebi mo nso tukwan akoye adwuma de abo anti immigration de ya de ehu hia na Ghana for mo questions am wo de fa kwantuo ye de beko ebi ate se UK China na na ekeka ka ho no ena ya etena se ya mo questions am bisa yen ewa abonte so no na ye de aba na fe ya pe empanyefo ma ben wom na o ma ba be yimu ano na mo so mate mo ho ase se na be ye obi ntume fa chenchena enda ne mo asokwa eti ya tena si ene enwumre amanfo bebre na se omunya wo metu kwan de akọ abrochire na abrochire no mokọ na ebi pe US ebi pe UK ebi pe China ya ebi pe Canada ni nyina so bia so wo ho ne ne o faso na wo de kwa ebetumi aboa wa ma wanya wonkrata ntententem tie ne ye ba bedi nkoma afa UK ho na afa ya hwe 2024 ya ye wo me Ghana for beto aba December US for beto aba I think November right nti aba ne sa na US akwanto ho nsem na etesen immigration policies no bebre asesa nti ne ye ba bedi ho kobo se na be ya sa opeso ko US a latest ones a aba e de afa wo mo immigration policies ho no ye be cheche ni nyina mo enso e de ama ene ye de aseda kese ma Ruta range of products, Ruta mixture, malaria draw, nwawaso, wunya bi na onoma ebetuma boa. Say when malaria, our hospital doctor approve say yes, positive, malaria positive, kope Ruta mixture. FDA at the stamp, a team so say wunya bi na onoma ebetuma boa na fe won so hwan ye den na 3D area no to ase e de ama Ruta Titanic no so ye typhoid fever draw nei typhoid fever na tete wa kone kope bi wa bebe eto adu bia wo betumi enya bi e wo hosan so na Ruta life no boa ena ne moja ne ye eyi fie wo mojam na boost immune system amount na fe cholesterol na cholesterol na aboa man no so abafom bebi eton adro bia obenya Ruta nu pay bi enso atumi ato ex natural mineral water nso e kan ye hu bia eye nsu papa akra ha melkom bia akọ ho a uto nsu a kai se obenom ex natural mineral water opedudo nso atu na wo osuni ni mpotema oba TV XYZ video ma hase a obetumi anya bi nso atu aton mata de hyem ya efe a wo hwei eye Kefs Couture ene boa me Kefs semen catcher say nei opa atade bia pam agbada kaftan coats edien beman tade ya be you kama pa bo sa atale na respect body no na show fefe o XYZ video ma say ya wo ben XYZ video ma say wono ena ama matade wa mama atade fefe fa ma hye ya me so be da ba betena ha kunkun say chemfo a odi ni birthday no afa yen ko djubade no so na afa obetuba free Kefs e wo 0543 547 320 0543 547 320 frena kachire ne say PSA obo midin a obenya discount nti ya kai say PSA eno na ye ukuda de kwaje discount but am say afei mame come guest no so ene enwumre opanya amensa ka no waba fidue mu ha say da e ba kwatu hu nsema woni mpa de amanfo eko amanfo mpese omudidwa eno so oboa e ba immigration policies a eno so onim de pa enso e wo ho nti wono enene yede ne ba bedi nkomo e de afa policies ahodo aba efa immigration ho in terms of countries Ghana for ta etukwan ekono wono ne beboa ye na fe ya papa mu e wo fidue mu ha Kofi Adofo wade akwaba bibi aboko Kofi nyame adom ho ye Kofi Adofo wade e wo Patronus Travels e won kran ha say oye immigration consultant travel consultant nti the last time China omo ka say won pese wo mokodi dwa e wo China no wono a e boa kire amanfo kwan e ma mo friend no nso no amanfo friend me ka che me say omo ne wo kasa ye no when you time at the moment. Miss Sama akwa baby Kofi.
Yeah, medase. So my dawati afuase.
For a Joshua. Now, Ceciano, Ghana for I say Obia Peso to quite. Your issues, baby, a month for Bisa Ceciano, or Peso to quite minimum. Said that comments and from running me school home como because a month for baby school once them. If you see trade, Obi Peso Okodija or China near there. But the last time you catch China once them, over to me the air could through my ya test say immigration policies assistant Ghana for baby. Uyi nipa 10 na obi so say opese okwa brochira country ben na opese okwa me sure say mobile 7 beka cho say US
okay
ne wanka US wanka UK a obeka Canada it Ghana the countries amafo ene je wo pa miensa ena mabudin enso de akere no ba mate say US for AN sign bi e de afa wo immigration policies one no na say ya ye pese ye tu kwan kono say ye hunu bibi minim say US for beto aba ni ntina sanse san na aba there I don't know it is saying.
Okay, biomeda we otiafuase.
All right.
Basically, the omo announcing and necessarily immigration policy changes. Processor ye faso. They call omo interview. Once the US embassy na wo mo to feature na ma come to my side ya no. Be call no dey be na backlog of people and people be bridge them nim hono as omo ko interview. Omo dey call ne dey eba. Nti basically the omo ya na say omo say the way a man for to me apply for US visas no.
Okay.
Instead of say appointment slip no or bank honum no. Your more party and says see the system no Monday no. Basically you are able to buy or forms will be online. And our system no more use current system no more use current no. Any old system we use for over 10-12 years as of yet. It's almost as a modern system now most of the other embassies, almost of the other US embassies across the world use.
Okay.
Person call interview maybe I was South Africa only say instead of call bank be I was South Africa I got to appointment I got to slip MRV slip area call appointment be the one person more you know basically you will not have to do any of that you have to just go online use your credit card buy your form your appointment pay for the appointment online and then proceed from that into urban aspect of Bodeba earlier this week now I'll have to read through it for the general public to hear about it basically here's what it's saying the US Embassy in Accra is moving to a new visa service provider. All non-immigrants and immigrants application services will be suspended from August 16th. August 16th, that's next 2 weeks. From August 16th and from August 16th, 2024. All previously scheduled visa appointments for the dates after August 16th remain valid. The amount partner says we book your appointment there. So about interview and I'm not sure interview. But that's what immigrant visa services. Basically, your appointment list are still valid. The last day for applicants to pay cash and online visa fees at GTB Bank is August 15th, 2024. From August 16th, 2024, you can walk up to a GT Bank branch
to go and
pay
for
pay for the visa service fee. It's not going to be done after that time, after that point in time. The last day for applicants to drop off documents at the DHL premium locations in Kumasi, Tamale, Takrade, and Tema is August 21st, 2024. You see, there's a service bill for those who are renewing their visas. You don't have to go for interviews anymore. You go and submit your passport at the DHL center. The DHL center will ship it to the embassy. The process and they return it to you. We're not necessarily going for an interview. That's the visa waiver service. And that's the system that they use currently. But from August 20,
from 21st August,
you don't have to do that. You cannot do that again.
To me, renew visa
by
call DHL
and submit a passport. They don't do that again.
It's there for number.
And the new visa provider will give that information. The last day to pick up documents at DHL premium locations is September 16th, 2024. It's about submitting your passports there. Na embassy honoma DHL phone. The last day to pick it up is September 16th. That is the month after they've stopped the processing. Do you understand? So I'm enough time to get your passport. Next month, 16th. The last day to drop off documents at DHL regular locations in Accra is August 23rd, 2024. Into passport submissions. Those other regions, they're up to 21st.
21st August.
But Accra might stand it extra 2 days. That's
Okay.
August 23rd, 2024.
2024.
What you see?
Okay.
That's what they've announced for Accra.
Okay.
And beginning August 16th, ustraveldocs.com website and customer service. That's the site we used to book the appointment on. US Travel Docs. That's the current website to use.
Okay.
Will no longer be available to schedule visa appointments in Ghana.
Okay. Into what Ghana?
You can book an appointment via US Travel Docs.
Okay.
For more detailed information, you visit the US Embassy website. If you have or plan to schedule a non-immigrant or immigrant visa appointment on or after August 16th, we strongly encourage you to check the US Embassy website for regular updates and additional information as they become available.
Okay. It is a CR. I to say, quite that na your first so they apply for a year visa no. I dare say assessor kakra because first no nanka wo pese oko US a obekwa kotua sika wo GT Bank na wo dey apply for a year your friends a visa appointment and as I say US for ne say wo own say ano from when
from August 16th
from August 16th
sa system na you use now for form no or bank on now online e ko book appointments no mu jai sa process no
it's free Bosumi a womi August 16th.
That's next 2 weeks. Yeah,
untume nko GT Bank enko to US visa form biom. Okay. Enti number 2. Omo visa I spy. Omo pese omo renew no. US. US visa na I spy na pese renew. Anka e kane no. Tamale, Tema, Kumase, ene Accra. Your DHL premium service. Wo de passport beko na wa send the ama US embassy for aka chom say we renew visa na ya renew ye wi na ya san dey send o kofi say omo say no so no omo jai no omo say last day na da ben men say
August 21st
August e ko no
2024
bosumi ni dey to so 21 untumi nya sa je ni biom
na omo na nkofo no mo nkran ne so omo ka chem say for Accra omo 2 extra days August 23rd untumi this ejumani biom eno mo asa aka se wo mo website na wo mo ta akona obekwa online application ustraveldocs.com no omo jai you cannot use that website to book an appointment anymore from August 16th
e kono
good and ni omo submit on passport data I will embassy omo process no from September 21st that is next month 21st you cannot submit your passport. You have to go and pick up a passport before that time. Lapses. Until
it's okay.
Until we are expecting in the coming days ahead, announce the further processes.
Okay.
That do for the new application.
The new processes
that we use for booking appointment, for submitting passport, and one can
but woman yan kire ye say that time na pa ho afa kwan we so fa kwan we so endru say wo mo deadline say wo mo dey amane dey endru say that time no be do ne dey
no one now say
so new processes okay yeah say e dey tira of say US for US embassy wo no mo yes answer cry we
basically post pandemic no from 2020 up until now no there has been a huge backlog of our visa applicants. Before the pandemic, the dates, open appointment dates are, you could get appointment maybe 3 months ahead, 4 months ahead, 6 months ahead. But it seems during the pandemic period, the backlog of people who needed the appointment dates and everything increased significantly. And we can also look at a potential economic issue. Because of the economic situation in the country, some people feel that their needs are better served outside there. So the demand increased, but the supply for dates...
And I'm going to do what no.
I can't speak to that.
That we say
no. A bit of school. A bit of school.
Obi free say or do a we dwane.
No, I can't speak to that.
So embassy wa. Obi a suspect. If you want to prove say okwa unwane.
And their employee handbook for the councillors basically says to assume say anybody who is coming in front of you is wants to bolt. Yes, wants to bolt. It's up to the person in front of you to prove say own
good. nti na meka no aha nti na ma edo so bi free say okọ school a
obetumi
ya anya adwuma o na say o magana bi ni ade
nti all of those things served as motivation or as it were to boost the demand increased and surpassed the supply. The supply of appointment days at the embassy is quite limited. There are only about usually 3 to 5 counselors available at each given time. Imagine that number of people handling over close to 200,000, let's say 100,000 applications needed in a month. What you say? But the demand is about 5,000 per month. They cannot handle that demand on a day-by-day basis. What you say? Indeed, that demand now, I cause all of this situation, all of this backlog. They are looking at advancing to a certain extent that they will not need to go through this laborious process and send people appointment date to honor. What you say? That's within that context. No more introduces how with visa interview waiver. No, they always submit a passport for DHL now. More processing. I'm only introducing during that period. What you say? But he said the more is a sayable. Train. May I share the omodib. Now you who send I go to me aboy and your clients and the general public and so.
Now the way I Ghana 4% one more 2 coin baby na looking at Niama we are be free say omobabi miani memo and say omobabi gum from your experience what boy amount for all the time amount for 2 coin amount for I am follow immigration policies how I exercise day by day near there no osha ye baby miama.
If I were to make an honest prediction, globally across the world, most countries are becoming less accepting of immigration, and it's a pushback because the volume of people who have traveled into their countries has exceeded what is even a normal level. Because of the pandemic. Once again, pandemic pushy. It made the rich countries poorer. It made the poor countries far poorer. So the demand is a Ghana and I'm as a doctor, making maybe a maximum 10,000 Ghana cedis a month. Let's assume 10,000 Ghana cedis a month. 10,000 Ghana cedis a month.
And $2,000.
And $2,000. If I can leave the country and go and work in the US or the UK or Canada, not even as a lawyer, not even as a doctor, I'm as even taxi driver. Now at the end of every month, they are making $1,000 to $2,000. $2,000 even. $2,000 in Ghana cedis is
30,000.
Yes. I'm making 3 times my wage with an improved standard of living. What you have here. So unless you're an established business person, I would say the dynamics are say you are okay or you are well to do and your job is well paying and you are stable in your home country. The demand will always be there to want to do that or find a means to emigrate. What you say? And see, this is just feedback from the pandemic period. It's just it has taken so long for it to come to us or come to our attention. But it has been something that's been happening for some time. So the countries they are becoming less accepting of immigration. Canada used to be very flexible. They wanted 2 million people before 2025. Now this year the demand is causing pressure in their country. Prices of house coming in is causing that inflationary pressure. And see, the people in the country are starting to push back. So if you go to Canada, for instance, there's a part of Toronto called Brampton. Now they call the place Little India because it is so full of Indians. Everywhere you pass, you see Indians, and Pakistanis, and Southeast Asians. Africans are there, but they're in fewer numbers. And in fact, Africans is the more dominant part of the population than even the Indians. But over time, it has happened. Increase in demand, people are coming. Our understanding and the way we do things, our practices, expanded.
Yeah. What you say? Obia or 18 years, 20 years, or freedom and fee. After only 2 quarters for the corporate. If you want a maybe a room in your say, I'm a timid mamma, maybe not a whole every baby. It is a country, no, in paying for air responsible, no, because Nipane doors. They say Pequine be so nigh bro massacre crack, nay more. Say the bear, near my best one year, you free her. And son, I share about him for no. Good.
Well, inti amani amamwa quite dicey for most of these countries. And now utie or more local media and so on. They keep on as the UK is a net boon for them because most of those who are immigrating, they're not the poorest of the poor in their country.
Sure.
They are mostly well-to-do, trained people who are ambitious. Because it takes ambition to travel.
Sure.
To immigrate, to move and say, oh, the way your phone now, free. Ukua, we are used to say Ghana, person you can just move your way around it, and to carry your family and then you're basically sell your properties and everything and come to another country.
Oh, yes, sir.
Make that decision. It's a bold decision that happens with ambitious people. And to be sure, most of the middle income earning families in the US and in Canada are also of this origin. Maybe I'm free India nearby. Maybe urban or a trained doctor or a pharmacist. Let me even give a fantastical story. Rishi Sunak, the former prime minister of the UK, they are free of their family is they are both immigrants from Zanzibar. India, yes. And then they came to the UK. The mother is a doctor. The father is a doctor. The mother is a pharmacist, and they own the pharmacy. UK. And see, how many native-born UK citizens can say that they open a business or own a pharmacy? They would prefer rather to just work for a company and then do something on their own. But it takes, if the person is bold enough to migrate to a country, he would want to establish himself there. Come with me, whatever the difficulty is facing or something. Or better so BB was the mind, no one to establish a BB man or no, and then a baby.
Sure.
Because I culture and they're trying, if you are bold enough, do it to the full extent. Push it as far as you can push it. What I say.
Sure.
But most of the native when they are comfortable. So if you are comfortable in a place, what do you need to do to struggle yourself to push to another extent? And see, and on basically I force say I'm precious in about all of these countries. If you have most of the statistics, right, it shows that the conservative arm of those countries are actually winning more elections, except for the UK, of course. UK, Labour won, but it's because the conservatives have been governing for over 14 years, and it was apathy towards that. But aside from that, most of the other countries, there's a lot of pressure on the conservative arms to win the elections there. And even the UK, they were even talking about that Labour won. Labour won, but Reform UK, that's an anti-immigration party. I want UK and a winning election. And we need a lot of votes there. So we need 3 seats. It's like
even though we need
even though Labour won, but shockingly a party that was considered as a para party, a party Obiampe. Ghana minimum example with me. Ghana Obiampe, but like a para party Obiampe, and we need
more
seats. 3 seats. We need 3 seats for the first time in their history.
Okay. So what does that mean?
That means there's pressure there that people don't like the immigration that people are trying to encourage in the country.
There's a brofono say before the Indians. Asians for no migrate abahono
omompe by so and statistics most of the seats are Labour winning say once a conservative party there's an arm of the party that is extremely anti-immigration and we're quite moderate no also but anti-immigration for like a large segment of the population but also what I say into that percentage so more of those voters in the hard conservative part of the party switched to vote for Reform UK. That was what led to the Labour being able to win the seat because you split your votes. What I say, but that means that's still if you put their votes together, they could have still won the seat. What if I see they contested? What I say, so there's a demand there. People actually do want an end to immigration or a closure of their borders. And all of the things they keep on saying, they keep on talking about. And they are not so accepting of immigration as it were.
As a brofona nkasana no omoye racist.
No, I'll put it to racist. No, Tiasembo. If you look at
they are segregated.
Well, okay, let me give another analogy.
Okay.
Let's say in Ghana, what's the largest non-Ghanaian group of people in Ghana?
Minimum statistics, no, but Accra has a own number, Nigeria for Dosso.
Nigeria for Dosso. So if you imagine, if you will, in 2016, 2017, 2018, there was a common trend among Guta Buta Ghana,
Yeah.
the Union of
Traders
Traders Association,
yeah.
that they were saying say Nigeria for no more no,
and China for Ghana
for business,
yeah.
That reactionary this one. We don't call it xenophobia in Ghana because in Ghana there obi and kuku obi
yeah.
we just make friends about omukasa normal location shops no moko.
Yeah.
What you say? But there's a law in Ghana that also states that non-Ghanaians cannot be engaged in the retail industry in Ghana.
There's a Sawonya Ghana near.
Yeah, unto store Ghana MBB. But now so you find say normal. But imagine to a extent say at a certain point almost all the shops in Ghana are owned by foreigners. Definitely there will be pushback. And especially to extent say foreigners no so mo ba no oyen so mo ba mo fa Ghana for adwuma na mo bi aye adwuma na mo fa o busuafo no mo be this adwuma no it makes it quite unpalatable for most people. So in Ghana we call it xenophobia because we are all black, but because they are white and then we are also black or Southeast Asian, that's why you can call it racism. But there's also a racist elements to it.
Yeah.
There's a large racist element to it.
Nipa bebre na to say so call USA. Omo bebre na omo de pressure ema senators na ade no. Nyenti a woman is pressure na mom omo mpa before ehu. Most of them
good
because there are some communities cry mpo a ukudru where to say some estates cry amount from person before mpo na black Americans ebeba one person white. Until omo can me I believe say it is because omo person be before until they are giving pressure to say be before Asians na they major on mine emboso.
In a reaction to that, you know, I'll make penis down a few notes about policies are US won't have an election in the next few months. That's 3 or so months ahead of us.
Yeah.
So let me just give a backdrop. Maybe I'm for Biden has dropped out of the race.
Yeah.
Kamala Harris, that is his vice president, is now standing as the substantive Democratic nominee as of yet. And Onyan declared the vice president as of today, but we are expecting somebody declaring the vice president nominee.
Yeah.
And that Donald Trump, so after the vice president, Mr. J.D. Vance, he's also a U.S. congressman, senator, in the U.S., who is also the vice president nominee for Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Now
that's the Republicans.
The Republicans, yes. As it were, they are trying to the Republican arm of the government is now several points ahead of the Democrats as of today.
Even though the Democrats for no anything, but that's a Trump for no
especially in the swing regions. Because the US for 90 Ghana there will be a talk about votes in boom. I say we need about we Lucy. US the American regions, Ghana regions. The states in the US are going to vote. Each state will the winner of each state is going to be was going to select electors to go ahead to go and vote for the president. For example, we know that California and New York are blue states. That means they always vote for Democrats.
Yeah.
And then we know that Texas and Florida are red states. Yeah. They always vote for Republicans. So there are certain states that they are swing states. You can go for Democrats, you can go for Republicans.
Based on the current situation.
Yes. And so in the swing states like Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, those swing states, and there are a few other ones like about 5 in Arizona, 5 swing states. Those 5 swing states, in most of them, the polling shows that Donald Trump is ahead. So if they were to vote ahead of the Democrats, that's Kamala Harris. Yeah, and he's ahead by a few points. But that basically means that should they vote today, Trump would win. And a Trump platform for a extremely anti-immigration.
Yes.
Trump has said should he win the election in 2024 this year, yes, and be sworn in 2025, he will deport between 15 to 20 million illegal or undocumented immigrants in the US. US has a population of about 320 million. So imagine deporting about 20 million of that number.
That's why you're
clearing. And all canons or patches say it's going to be basically like this. Show of papers. If the police stop you right now, and they can ask you to show your papers to them, that whether you are an illegal immigrant or not, whether on what basis you are in the country. It's basically a stop and frisk. Now, show your papers. If you don't have papers, they'll just catch you.
Round you up. No, but Ghana for be penasem.
No,
especially Obia. Sorry. Or person Otukwan US.
Good.
On Trump asem because the bush for US a catch and say, "Sa Trump ne dey one pay before asem." It's no so ba na nkrata na Trump na to so the likely say obasamba fi no.
Very high.
And abrofo so what it means is abrofo no mom no sa policy na Trump akasa wo ba obeba be ye ne bema abrofo no bebre na to ama more because omom pay before e won potem ho.
What you say?
So it will have an impact on immigration policy.
Yes, a very detrimental impact. Our project in 2025. I don't know if you've heard about the American elections, but they have a policy document that they basically declared what they plan to do in 2025. For 2025 to the 2029, during Trump's presidency, they are basically going to change the U.S. civil service. Okay. For Ghana, for American is a ministry for one. You see, in the US, like Ghana, you can work as a career civil servant.
Yeah.
From beginning to end. What you are supposed to do is basically to know the policies and implement them.
Sure.
Find ways of implementing policies that the government sets. Into we are say minister no honum. If they are chief director and a civil servant, while you for so many years. What the Republican Party is trying to do is this: the chief directors or the leaders of various government departments are going to be politically appointed.
Wow.
So that means policy direction on what the mama or no. There's nothing you can do. The person who is there is going to find a means to implement it no matter what.
Okay. Because
in 2016, the rule that whenever Trump said something, there could be pushback from the ministry. But the ministry said, I can't implement what they are saying.
Yeah.
Because it will go against so and so and so person. Or there could be people who are civil servants in there who can push back and say, what you are doing here is not working. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Or can influence it. But now he's going to say, all those who fight against anything I'm going to put across, no, I'm going to change you. I'm going to apply. I'm going to put somebody else in your state. From Empire, he will do it for you. You did for Trump. Okay. And it is like it's a sweeping change. It's like it's what in Ghana we call it state, in most countries they call it state capture. Like to control every aspect of the government, to have it tightly under your grip. Okay. So that no pushback can come from anywhere. Until they can arrest the people. Nobody will protest against it. If they say should he say that he's sending the National Guard is like the armed forces, the local armed forces to the borders, he can simply have it done without any pushback or anything at all.
Yes, because it looks like
South America walking through Honduras and Panama to all the way to Mexico. And climbing the border. So they are also staying there as illegal immigrants. Should Trump win, most of those will be deported back.
Okay.
And should Trump Kamala Harris win, with expectation that she will try to find a means to regularize their stay. So we can only hope for the best for those people. Okay. But if you want to travel right now as a legal migrant or to migrate legally right now, the US is a bit too dicey for most people. I would advise against it. But then again, there are exceptions. For example, you're going on a student visa. Student visas are still going to be issued when Trump comes to power. Should you want to go as a visitor or something, the likely that they will reduce the number of visas going to be issued. He also said that he's going to introduce quotas. From each country, only 1,000 visas are going to be issued. Let's say 1,000 visitors are going to be issued. All of these are expectations that he's going to implement if should he come into power. Trump winner. Okay. So all of these things should play a role. You should think about it critically before making a decision to migrate there. What if you arrive there in less than 6 months time, you decide that they're ending students' visas or they're reducing the number of student visas that you're going to issue all of those things. So if you want to do it now. Okay. Do it now. Don't wait till next year. But appointment date next year. But if there's a way to go around it, instead of going for the interview in Ghana, there are other countries you can go for interviews. So if you want that option right now, I can assist with that. I can help you facilitating that in the while you experience and then handle amount. So there's a way around that we can quickly get you out to there. But should you want in the long run to stay there or something, consider the decisions very well. Look at the surroundings and everything, and then And pray to your God too.
And pray to your God.
Pray to your God.
Pray to your God. Pray to whoever you believe in.
Yes, pray to whoever you believe in.
And see, where Kofi Wade and I'll tell you, Kano, no, a travel consultant. Maybe say, I never watch me. Why a dean a wood here? Because Trump will be as I before it yet. Because I know I should have before some sir. But Nina Muno, your choir, your breakfast, or continue person kuskunia there. Well, this is what we do here every Sunday. Say at Nasia, your pet solutions said the mammo, more questions, a woman trima, I am a hotremo, and I be beyond Tiaseno. That call of our boss and not ya come was them. Now, for a semi that comasono, not ya barber come out. Into more money travel a home, a quentin, and home common, you know. You better try a home basis here. You try a home bar, say USA quite dicey to send a travel consultant, a Kufi Wade Kana. Me pese me call me two kwan ko baby e ko ye adwuma country ben ene ho nso asetena no mu ye ti say US a ye betumi e de ye ni a kire ho akwa ye adwuma ye twa ye ho ba wi a ye de sa answer no e de be ma enko baby a
How would you some look fast? Mama, me again. Yes, we are late. Me quite remember who hear me. Meant me and sent my friend doctor when I'm crossing over. See what was swearing.
She has malaria.
Hey, malaria. Oh, what they say with the router? Me copy the absence. A draw in a friend router mixer. Yeah, come on, let it draw. And running some Gap trap and the draw crew abaso body acid. Wabo Ruta mixture abaso Ruta natural products and one Ruta mixture. Yeah, you could see a treat. Ruta tonic and the Ruta life for a who a finish like the bunny, a fin per diem. That's supporting immune system. Ruta de Obiasia, FDA, I did drinking crap to your two.
The average human body mass should have at least 60% water for optimal performance in any physical or mental exercise. We can help you maintain it naturally. X Natural Mineral Water. Simply natural. For bulk purchase, call 0596 273 546 or 0596 273 547. This advert is FDA approved.
Abusha for some of my biom edeba my lawyer, my counselor, Jumedi, so live on TV XYZ. Jumedi Koso Facebook, Adaroma, Safe, now joining and now Pese Upia, and now we heard that now Pese Upia. Shoshe TV XYZ, Ghana, Ewo Facebook, like a page and now follow. Now be whole link for comments or questions, Nina, Fabra Beguo. Questions no door so I ever signed the Kufia Babium for specific Q&A now or the answers no idea my and then you can immigration policies once my SSA you can US once some Kufia Mayati assess US no akwa BBA wo any ade nti say obeko US a ye ntem na Ghana so oko to visa oko fill visa application forms is here ya be ma interview day just after 12 months and so akwa BBA see utumi every Ghana ha kope o baby no no de ye say enka no ye bedwam sa ba ni nyina mu no or travel consultant wa ba be kan yen sa ye kan immigration policies one sem Kofi akwaba biom back from US say aka US there na ye hu say election nti amane ma IABB wo ho nti say US ne ko be ye den kakra mayen na ye fe say ebia say Ghana for pedwuma oh China wo ho say China production there more China odin show we come China ni na okasa won twa mawa within a day he obetuma twa best
10 billion
$10 million your friends the bottles the amount omo mfidie enwuma wo ho arentina Ghana for empe hoko bebre ana sesi ano wo ba bia ofri say Ghana for person skill Ghana for more skills. Minimum car tree, minimum forklift tree, minimum excavator tree, nes and no. May be me pama dear, me issue. I find as say possible say Ghana for between the woman yashe.
So I want to talk about earlier. Closing the discussion. No, you know that in Ghana, we earn more from foreign from remittances. That's Ghanaian citizens living in other countries or Ghanaian nationals living in other countries. Than from foreign direct investments. Meaning, say foreign direct investments, sika businesses, free abrochi, Ghana economy. The Ghanaian government or the Ghanaian state or the Ghanaian people earn more from remittances. That is, which are for the sika what baby or the sky money or the sky money for some fine yard and we earn more from that.
Ghana buying a sika free sika money Ghana. Ghana for money sika Ghana.
Than that's from the Ghanaian diaspora. Than even foreign direct investments. That's from companies and businesses investing money. I say if you South Africa for any sika, they are baby empty or Ghana. What you say? So it should tell you something. The government should actually prioritize immigration in the long run. I would like to encourage that to a certain extent.
Now, then I buy good because I quite say Ghana for a web Dawson, and I all the time Sikeba so I buy some fast. It will free say I buying for policies be mrana and encourage a man for be no more free or my
no. When there's a surplus of a population, that means that say what may trainee people to a certain extent. Now, more skills required in another country, it can be a great earner of foreign exchange. Because, for example, take this country, Philippines. Philippines has some of the highest rated nurses in the world. Wow. Because Philippines will train the nurses
and export, give
them all the requisite skills and everything, and export them to other countries.
Okay.
Or Cuba. Cuba earns a lot of money from exporting its doctors to all the parts of the world. Mama Brenso, now any John Mills Abreso, not among the Cuban doctors, every Cuba at the Ghana.
Yeah,
Staffia hospitals.
Yeah, true.
So, do you think it was for free?
And most people, most Ghanaians also crack or could train Cuba. One person, Dr. Hanam Bisu, or NDC Women Organizer, or a Cuban trained doctor.
Good. You should understand something. The training and the skills that you give the citizens can be exported to other economies to earn you foreign exchange. The nurses, for instance, I'll load something that Nana Akufo did earlier in this administration. There was an option for nurses who were trained in Ghana to be sent to Barbados. That was the first step. After I've not heard anything again. People went, some of the nurses went there and they keep on sending some there over Caracas. But it has not got to the extent of Philippines. Philippines exports nurses to US, to Canada, to Australia, to even China, Japan. What you say, and earns money
from that. Because from Okwa, they bring money back to their country.
They used to feed their families.
And the government earns money from even exporting them. I see.
Because that money is if you look at the Philippine national budget, that money is a significant part of their budget. They earn more from that than in tourism. Wow. Philippines is a very beautiful country. People go there for tourism. They have very nice beaches and everything. But they earn more money from that remittances, those remittances, than even tourism. And that's even say for Ghana we don't even end up we earn much, we don't earn so much from tourism. But we actually earn more from remittances than even that.
Okay, so now Obibe Bisa Wofi say it is a say now work say Ghana you started say sporting nurses akọ Barbados and they akọ ye bibi o on tell.
We hot there but
but say you said that tell mo say. Eti na you say so be a nurse na we school na otifie na yem nyam posti no. Omo ye demo bebrebe. Na say ordinary kire Barbados a obetuma nya adwuma e.
Well, Barbados is free for Ghanaians. Minister what you want as MDR.
Yes.
Just like a month ago, no more declare it. You can go to Barbados and actually file for an application to become a permanent resident. Jamaica is free for Ghanaians. Oh, there are many visa free. You know, Ghana has the strongest the strongest passport in West Africa. Ghana, among West Africa, we have the strongest passport in West Africa.
Oh, I see.
But among your peers, you have the best. So you have these options available.
I have to Ghana passport. I thought to with him, sir.
Sometimes I'm checking on majors on Nigerian.
Now when I was saying,
no, once the passports are similar. We both have a green passport.
Yes.
So when they see the green passport, they automatically write it's because Nigerians travel more than Ghanaians. So they want to see if you're Nigerian. So that's the first thing they do. They'll check your passport, try to see whether the Ghana.
Hey, for them to be checking you.
But it's
you're hearing him.
nah.
Now you have form. Now you have passport no. Now you BM. That's hearing him.
That's just by the way. But yes, these opportunities are available for Ghanaians. So another thing I have to tell Ghanaians, just try and travel at least once. If you don't even want to travel for the purpose of going to stay outside, just travel and build your travel history.
Okay.
It really goes a long way. It shows the country you are trying to enter currently that you have a track record. Because imagine say, Nani pano, Omani 1 city, or the Wadia Bro, Emma 1 city in the West. Omani 100 Ghana, or the Wadia Bro, as 20 Ghana book count. Omano a 50 Ghana, a 500 Ghana, back and forth. So besides of 1,000 Ghana, there's a more likely that you give it to him.
Sure.
That is what travel experience is.
Okay.
It is you building yourself to an extent to be able to tell other countries or the countries that are actually interested in going that, yes, I've been to other countries before. I went and I stuck to my wits and I came back to my home country.
Okay.
I abided by the immigration rules that you set before. So once you are able to prove that to them, you have given yourself a leg up.
Okay. So back to the Ghana. My internet is for the info.
Good.
Is it possible say it be a nurse for minimum say IELTS by all means,
yes.
just to prove say also you are there. Barbados, how possible is it
to go as a nurse? The rule is that you have to go through the midwifery council.
Okay.
They have to nominate you. It's a process that you have to go to the foreign affairs ministry before you're able to go there to work as a nurse. Okay. That's the process that currently goes on.
Okay.
As for that, you have to qualify per their own discretion and their own rules before they allow you.
Okay.
But to travel as a nurse, the past thing what most people used to do was to go to the UK and work as care workers and caregivers there.
Okay.
The process still exists currently. Unfortunately, however, they've changed the rules a little. Formerly, you could go with your dependents. That means your husband, your kids.
And your kids, yeah.
Those are your dependents. You could go with them and then you could live there comfortably and work and everything.
Okay.
But because of abuse, once again, from 2020 to 2023, you could go with your care worker to care worker with your husband and your kids and go and work there basically.
Okay.
But people abuse it. So they've cancelled the dependents. You can't go with your dependents anymore.
Okay.
Of course, as nurses, I tell most people if you are young enough and you are skilled enough and you have the resources for it, try and go over the education route. Go and gain pescuco. Gain the skill from the institution in that country you are going to. So, for example, you can go to the US as a nurse, work as study as a nurse again there. Because here we have the skills in Ghana. And to call on my youth top of the class, who we are when you're simple. Rather
than say, let's stay a bit in UK.
So in the UK, for instance, I would like to switch a little. That's for nurses and everything. Okay. You can still go as with the COS. That's what they call it.
COS.
And go and work as a nurse there, as a care worker nurse. Unfortunately, you can't take your family along with you. Okay. But if you have the resources for it, you can do it. Okay. You need the IELTS. You need your nursing and midwifery council certification. Okay. And all of those things. They have to give you a release and everything. Okay. Before you can proceed with that. It's very simple.
The
also a chance. So as long as he or she graduated from the nursing and midwifery schools and has competences. We in a rotation. Yeah, we be a rotation area. You qualify to go. You can actually proceed on that regard. Okay. And for the general public and so if you think you are bold enough and you want to do it, we have a process that you can actually migrate to the UK on a skilled worker visa.
Okay.
What does that mean? Skills no more require. No, the job is basically to be a sailor or a seaman.
Okay.
Those are those who work on commercial vessels. Okay. Ships, the large ships at Tema. Fishing folk. The 1 year Juma on the big trawlers and everything. It's an opportunity for you to go and work there. Even if you don't have the skills yet or the competencies yet, we have a special program that we undertake for our people. We'll give you the requisite training and the skills.
nyabocho eti omo omo anya suahunu kakra wo ship edwuma ho ebi ya ti ship mo ye edwuma ebi either for fishing
commercial large scale vessels and I say obi a wa ye edwuma wo oil rigs takrade those people so long as you have the experience and the skills on that we can also assist you and facilitate your migration to the UK.
Oh, there's currently Obia or yes, Edumano,
but on yes, Edumano,
no 25 years, 27. Many Johnson may say Jumani be quite ben so and I'm a fast war because if I may offer be a ready impose or discover woman I'm there to quite.
Until your process, no, we facilitate with the training. We will give you the requisite training, the qualifications, and then you write. Will train you on the exams you're supposed to write.
No, it's just a minimum can kind of mature.
Only can kind of mature or passport or you're ready. You have the financial capacity for it. Very important, financial capacity.
Okay.
If you have that, all of those things put together, you are ready to pursue that route. We have a way we can guide you through.
We'll train you
between 20 to 35 or 40. 40, yes.
40, okay. Yes. From 20 to 40.
Because it's difficult. It's tasking work. Because one thing. And I'll go through medicals and so. You can't have a benign condition. Maybe you can't have those illnesses and decide to go work on it. You have to make sure you are fit.
You are fit.
You are at least
medically fit.
Yes. And you have a WASI. At least if for not have a SHS certificate.
Okay.
Then we can give you the training, the requisite training and everything.
Training better keep how long?
Training and a range about 6 weeks. 6 weeks of training. Training and then you write the examinations. Okay. Once you pass that, then we start the processing for you to get the employment contract and then get your complete your visa application.
Obegan employment contract or Ghana.
That's what I call.
Okay, it is so far Ghana for you be at
Oh yes. Oh wow. Yes. Oh yes, it's something that comes seasonally.
It's obia or person or cause we na ne hoden okra SHS certificate na otumenken ka bro for kakra san atro imbe training no say djuma no e bia nsuo na yekotwa etwa ne sei hu a na fe moape edwuma de ama no na mo
obekọ through medicals through examinations at least one paper through 3 papers.
Okay,
you go through all of those processes. Once you are trained, it takes about 6 weeks. You learn the skill, you learn what you are supposed to understand, you learn the lingo. That's the jargons, more terms. Once you qualify for it and you write the examination, you pass here. We'll quickly put you on
Patronus for Beboa
with the entire process. And then
take how long? So
6 weeks of training, 3 months. You get your employment contract, you get your visa, you're out of the country.
The way they say, Obi Sutrodo Matwa. Kofi, eti, like I say, US no IS stamps and we know, and Mantie, na Emaka.
Well, Emma Ekahu, but a man to me, a man process here longer.
Quite
longer.
But you're interested.
It's then 2 years of training. No.
Oh, okay.
What I say. That's the only hindrance for the women.
Oh, okay.
But there's a way around it. It's a way of banner we are interested in, so we can also discuss that. But we are on public. I can't delve so much.
I go to bedroom. Eti abusu for Kofi adofo wade travel consultant or ye juma ewo Patronus Travels ewo ARS runabout ewon kan ha say. Wono na na yeto yansa friend no. Waba be cheche mu na eti ananse America no ne kona e bibi na America for sesa kwan e fa so agi visa. Wa cheche mu ni nyina de a kire ni adwuma wobetuma ye ewo America ne ade. Wa cheche mu afi na wa join ya only problem. Ko Facebook na hwehwe TV XYZ. Follow conversation so you be we ambitious self person ukwa bruchira to US for immigration policies na say now if look now if twice one na hwe opportunities are UKCC as say omo ye puso adwuma vessels bigger vessels no nti Ghana now person okobidi na say owo sa skills ne there Kofi ono so betro exam.
So what's our skills now? What certificate? Or this skills that now why certification? Yes, so yeah, nah. It's just a one paper no better. No.
Within 3 months, over to manya kwandi ako. Kofi, yambre na so. Medase se utume baye beka ya ho na ye educate etiefo ama oma hu ye senior niema isitie ewo immigration mo US immigration policies ne Canada ne ade a yetuma aka nyina. Kofi obi epese wo no wo kasa obetume ede wo number tudwa they should call you because immigration there the papa say and na meme so na say obi to me echere obi kwan man to me ko approach my lawyer my counselor there tembia ye wo ho ma constituency ni nyina nti we de fanama no etudwa na fe Ghana for ene won kasa.
Okay. And your number a 059 89 63 337.
Bacho sambo shubio
059 83 sorry 059 89
89
63
63
337
059
89
89
63
63
337
337.
Open so Russian so via Instagram as well at Patronus Travels
At Patronus Travel
at PATRONUS NUS Travels TRAVELS.
Okay, yes. Patronus Travels.
Yes, also our website www.patronustravels.org.
Okay.
So you can reach us throughout all of these means. Open education, home so
Go
school abroad, Canada, US, UK, Australia, anywhere, even Europe.
Over to me, I'm a consultant.
Yes, like I said, Europe so home come. There's a nice offer to available there, but I think next time so to make the
Kofi my share amount for questions on the two Facebook so next time you share you better deal with all those questions. Yeah, that must say some to me. Etena say share sa dwumadi we me constituency da mase pa Ghana afana bebia amount for dwumadi we ye de be see Kofi adofo wade ena woten nka no Patronus Travels or Travels Consultant ena woten nka no the number to janti bibia ni na wa friend no so person we sponsor dwumadi we ya your number is 0244 242930 0244 242930 and our issue be up say you discuss here over to me afre sa number na fe wona ye abonkomo na opeso sponsor so abra na amanfo so ebeba beto wade pa me de ni na esi asada kase nkoma Ralph Emmanuel Kisi Alex enafe ne nkrofo Prince Kobe mo nyina mbo adwuma